One solution could be the Platonic solution. Censorship, do away with advertising, all right? Another solution would be somehow to emphasize the good ads, which you really didn't sort of mention, but I would mention one. There's been a series of ads run by the United States Marines that I think are exceedingly impressive because they could even make a slacker like me want to be a Marine. So those are just two possibilities, but did the group think about any real possibilities of changing the advertising culture? In a way, this is a sort of a revolutionary proposal, but it seems to me that it's one that we might want to think about.
I think being aware that advertising can influence us so much, as in the Wrangler example that we mentioned, is that now that we know that we're so influenced by the brands that we wear, that we can go so far as to take the same pair of jeans and know whether it's comfortable to wear. It makes it more comfortable to wear those jeans just because it says Wrangler on it. I believe that because we know that advertising has this effect on us, that that we can look at commercials and not take them as seriously as we would have previously. But I mean, as Tomas mentioned, that there are more penetrating effects.
I would also just like to, can everyone hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first step that we've been pointing out is that there needs to be a step of understanding about what's going on here. Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people will talk about, they'll mention things like subliminal messages, they'll mention this, they'll mention that, but without understanding what's really going on. A lot of people will look at products are problematic or the actual satisfaction is problematic, which we tried to put forward that that's not the problem. The real problem is what you're associating. And that's why we push education first. Like we almost can't talk about censorship yet. We can't talk about the proper, which ads to focus on and which ads not to, because we have a situation where both the people on top and the people on the bottom, the people giving the advertising and the people receiving the advertising, don't have a full grasp about what's going on or fully what associations are being made. So the first step that has to occur is an understanding about what's going on.
I just want to say really quickly that I think something that we really discovered is that advertising is extremely effective, and therefore it's a very powerful tool. And so I think that while education definitely is something that we're really stressing, it's a double education, an education of the viewer, those who are being advertised to. We need to really consider what images and messages we're letting affect us in sort of these absurd ways. And also there needs to be a considered and educated participation in the industry of marketing and in the industry of these advertisements. And I think that it would be a really fabulous revolution if we could have young entrepreneurs who are really committed to utilizing the great power that the marketing industry has in order to really order their mission towards the ultimate good of the human person as well.
I hope that answered. Yes, sir, Father Ted.
This whole presentation, thank you very much, could be subtitled "The Story of My Life."
Absolutely.
Because I was born in 1946. I grew up the first 8 years of my life without television, and I saw all of these things. I've seen it happen. And most of you don't remember when John Paul II wasn't the Pope. All right? So youth has advantages and disadvantages. One of the problems I have is that I was not raised with the title consumer. You were. What does it mean to be a consumer and not a human being? That is to be identified with the credit cards, the numbers that you have in your wallet, the amount of money that you can outlay for this and that. What is it mean to you to be a consumer?
Father Ted, we had this conversation once. And I distinctly remember saying to you, Father Ted, I am 100% a human person. Now the fact of the matter is, we're all consumers. We eat things, we buy clothing because we wear clothing. We all consume. But we are all human persons. This does not define who we are. And let's not make that misconnection.
Would that cover it? Or?
I don't think you are, by the way, but that's the label. Isn't that the label?
That is a label. Do you have maybe an answer to your question? I don't have an answer to your question. Would you like to give it?
No, but there's something very odd that should be edited because we brought into politics. The media right now is talking about health as something for the consumer. Think about it. Can you buy health? Can you make it happen by spending money? And to me, it's really frightening that the unreality, the simulacrum, that is to pretend that you're getting something that you're not, is the worst kind of scandalous lie. And at least you're seeing that it's happening. Thank you.
Next question. We agree, by the way.
I don't have a question. If there aren't any more questions, then they're setting up for dinner, and I'm sure everybody is conditioned and now salivating from the clanging of the. Well, it's the clanging. See, I just wanted to take an opportunity, not to put myself forward, but to congratulate this this group who worked very, very hard, and I think did something extremely enlightening and excellent. So, if you could give them your appreciation.
Thank you all very much again for coming. If there's no more questions, look around one more time. Nope. All right, then we'll conclude this presentation. Thank you very much.